Hey everybody, Ryan Gronfin here. Today is August 2nd of 2023, and I'm coming to you live from the world headquarters of The Restaurant Boss, just outside of Austin, Texas. Every once in a while, I'll be having a conversation with a client, and they'll say something that reminds me of a strategy that maybe I haven't taught in a while, and every once in a while, I'm like, hey, that's a really good idea. Then I'm like, hey, I used to teach that. This happened to me just this morning. I'm on the phone with a client that I've been working with for about a year and a half. We've had incredible growth with their restaurant, and it's been really a lot of fun to see them dig into their systems and their processes. But they said something that's a marketing strategy that they do, and it just lit off a bell in my head. I'm like, I haven't taught that in a while for no reason at all. There's just so many different strategies that I teach and so many different reasons with different clients that I sometimes forget about some. So it was so exciting to me to remember this one because it's so effective, and the fact that they're using it so well, I wanted to bring this video to you. So this is a loyalty. This is a bounce back strategy. And what it's really about is about building habits. Now, you can read a million different articles and a million different statistics about what it takes to build a habit. You know, some people say that 3 visits in 1 week or 7 visits in 3 weeks, or who knows. What I do know and what we know instinctively is that the more visits, the more interactions with our product or service in a shorter period of time, the more sticky that becomes, the better chance of it becoming a habit, either replacing an existing habit with your habit or creating a new one. Maybe it's going to the gym. If you haven't been to the gym in a while, if you go to the gym 3 or 4 times in a row, it now becomes a habit. If you do that for 3 or 4 weeks, 3 or 4 times in a row, it's really going to become sticky. Maybe it's a new restaurant, like in this case, where you used to love to get your sushi at this other restaurant, but then you tried this new one. Well, if you try it once, maybe you go back to the other one. But if you try it 2 or 3 times in a period of 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to start to forget about the other restaurant. So that's what this strategy builds on. Now, there's 2 methods for this. They're both the same. One's a little more complex and detailed than the other. I'm going to share them both with you. But it all starts at the host stand or the cashier or the server asking a very simple question, which you should be asking anyways, which is, have you folks ever dined with us before? Or is this your first time dining with us? Now, if you ask the question, have you folks ever dined with us before? And they say yes, then you're going to answer back with something like, oh, wonderful, welcome back. Then you already know that we're famous for fill in the blank and fill in the blank. Something like, oh, well, then you already know that we're famous for our homemade ramen. We make it from scratch. It takes about 24 hours to make the broth, and our amazing selection of sake. Again, I don't know. I just made that up literally right here. So you're going to do a better job at that. If they say, no, we've never dined with you before, it's the same answer. You just change the verbiage a little bit. You say, welcome. I'm so excited that you're joining us for the first time. It's important that you know, or you should know, that we are famous for our homemade ramen and our amazing sake selection, right? Whatever that is. But notice, if they have dined with you before, if they have dined with you before, then the answer is welcome back. You already know. And if they've never dined with you before, then it's welcome. We're so excited to have you here. You should know, etc., etc. People always ask me, how do you create a signature item? You create a signature item by telling people it's your signature item. That whole script and that whole conversation is for a whole nother video for a whole nother time. I can go into a lot of detail on that. And by the way, I do go into a lot of detail with that quite often in our membership. If you're not in our membership or you haven't read our book, I talk about this a lot in the book. Go ahead and grab a free copy of the book at therestaurantboss.com or look into joining our membership at therestaurantboss.com. But anyways, back to building loyalty here. So if they have dined with you before, then our strategy, it's not dead, but that's not what we're going to focus on here. It's for the first timers. If they say to you that this is their first time, at some point in their experience in their meal, go and get a manager or a key holder or someone other than yourself. It's more effective if it's someone else. And have them walk to the table at some point and introduce themselves. Hi, folks, my name is Ryan. I'm the manager here this evening. Jessica told me that this is your first time coming in. Thank you so much. Did you folks just move to the area, or what brings you folks in? Whatever they say, go with it, spark some conversation, and then very casually, don't make it seem like it's super rehearsed. Just say, it's been such a pleasure getting to know you folks. Welcome to the neighborhood. I'd really like to have you folks back in sometime, and I'd like to give you a gift or buy you something. Reach into your pocket and pull out a card. Now, the simple version is you'd have something pre-made. Like this restaurant is a Japanese restaurant. They do a free edamame card. Maybe you're a burger restaurant. You can do free fries or a free shake card or a free chocolate chip cookie, whatever. Hand it to them and say, next time you come in, present this card to your server or the cashier and you'll get a free whatever. Very simple. Now, what I like to do is make sure that those have some sort of expiration date on them so they don't just live on someone's desk forever. You can either stamp them, like every couple of weeks, stamp them for a couple of weeks out. Again, I don't want to overcomplicate it, but I like if they have some sort of expiration date on them. With all of that said, now when they come back and show that card, you know the only way they got that card is because they're a recent new customer. So now you welcome, oh, wow, welcome back. Thanks so much for coming back in. I see you've got the free French fry card, or you get your free fries. We're so excited to have you back, blah, blah, blah. That's the simple method. The more complicated method is sort of the same thing, but we'll take it a step further. Like, let's say that you have a hamburger restaurant, right? And maybe this is the first time they're there. You introduce yourself to them. You pull out a card and you notice that all three people ordered a hamburger and no one ordered the chicken sandwich. Well, then you say, hey, folks, I noticed everyone here ordered a hamburger. Believe it or not, even though we're a hamburger restaurant, our Nashville chicken sandwich is absolutely amazing. I want you folks to try one next time you're here. So here's my card and I'm going to write free chicken sandwich on it. And next time you're here, just hand this to the cashier and they'll get you taken care of. So now they're going to get a free chicken sandwich next time they're there. They're going to use that card. And again, you know that they're coming back. Well, you can keep this going. You could let the manager know that, hey, this table over there just gave me their free chicken card or their free card with your signature on it, which means that they're a new customer. You go over, hey, folks, it's great to see you again. I remember you were in a couple weeks ago. I think you just moved to the area. I'm so glad you came in and tried our chicken sandwich. How is it? They go, it's fantastic. Then you say, I noticed you folks didn't order any milkshakes. Next time you're in, I want you to try our milkshakes. They're amazing. And then you pull out a business card and you write free milkshake on it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, at some point, obviously, you're going to stop doing this. But the whole idea here is that I would rather give free stuff to people in my restaurant than free stuff advertised to strangers. I would rather get someone who's there to come back again quickly and try us again and try something new and build a relationship with them than spending our money on marketing or giving away free things to strangers that may never come in or are just coming in because of the free thing. I always love bounce back offers. There's lots of different bounce back offers that you can do. This is a bounce back strategy that I use to build loyalty and to create habits. It works fantastic. Take my basic framework and run with it in your restaurant. Get creative. Put some comments below if you've done anything like this or what ideas you have. Or even better, go out and build something and share it with us at support@therestaurantboss.com, and we'll feature you in one of our videos. Maybe we'll do an interview or something to see what you did and why it's working in your restaurant so we can help other restaurant owners out there. Remember, if you want to learn more about our systems, grab a copy of our free book, learn about our membership or our training program Scale, head over to therestaurantboss.com. And if you're not familiar with our financial dashboard, our tool to help independent restaurant owners lower their food costs, lower their labor costs, control their prime costs, it's called Click Bacon. And you can learn more about it at www.clickbacon.com. It's a tool that we built in our company here. It's been out there for about 7 or 8 years. People get fantastic results. It's built for you, the independent, 1, 2, 3, 4 unit restaurant. It's not nearly as expensive or as complicated as some of those really big systems out there. It is built for the average, everyday independent restaurant owner just like you. That's who we serve here at The Restaurant Boss. And I love every single one of you crazy restaurant people. And remember, systems create freedom. Freedom creates value. Value creates scale. I love every single one of you crazy restaurant people, like I just said, and I'll look forward to bringing you another video just like this soon. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye. Make It Happen is the book I wish I had when I was operating restaurants. Inside are the lessons that took me 10 years to learn and 10 more years of teaching to perfect. I've condensed the most important lessons into this tiny book for building a big restaurant business. I am on a mission to improve restaurants all over the world. Because of that, I want to send you a free copy. Grab yours today at therestaurantboss.com.